Hi everyone, welcome to the Alertus webinar series. My name is Caroline Kilday, Direct Marketing Manager at Alertus Technologies. During today's presentation, Brian Oakley, National Sales Director, and Pete Drombowski, Director of Product Development at Alertus, will discuss the Alertus Emergency Mass Notification System with a focus on the Alertus VoIP phone notification system. Please hold your questions until the end of the webinar, but feel free to type your questions in the chat box during the presentation, and we will address them during the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be shared with you following today's session. Please email marketing@alertus.com if you have any questions. Now, I'd like to turn it over to today's presenters, Ryan and Pete.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Caroline. Welcome to the webinar, and I'm excited to announce the solution with notification to Cisco VoIP phones. It makes it very simple, easy to deploy notifications to Cisco VoIP phones. So we take a lot of this technology and make it very simple and easy to notify. We're going to go ahead and touch on introduction to Alertus and Alertus background. We've got a lot of new attendees on the webinar. Excited to have you here to learn a little bit more about the solution. We're going to touch on the emergency notification challenges, some of the things that our customers tell us that we help them solve, and some of the challenges that they bring to us on a constant basis. And then just a quick overview on the Alertus solution, because there's a lot more to it than VoIP notification, as many of you know. We're a full multimodal notification system that allows you to leverage both existing assets and then implement innovative devices like alert beacons, panic buttons, desktop notifications, those kind of things, to notify all. And then we'll really jump in and focus in on the VoIP notification solution, the Cisco notification solution, and then what we call the SIP Annunciator. This is a solution that if you don't have a Cisco VoIP phone or system, we still have a solution to be able to make announcements over your phone systems, over the paging groups, those kind of things. So a lot of options there, even if you're not a current Cisco user. So stay tuned, and then we'll do a demo. And we're actually going to do some demo videos of the solution. For those that have attended this in the past, a lot of times we'll do a live demo, but that really didn't do justice to really zooming in on the phone and being able to see the notification, the capability, those kind of things for customization. So we're going to go ahead and we'll have a couple videos that you also have access to if you want to forward those around your organization to others for them to look at the solution. So Caroline did the introduction, so we'll speed on through that slide. Quick overview of Alertus. For those that are new, we're a pioneer and leader in integrated audio-visual facility alerting for all hazards. The real key there is audio-visual facility alerting. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that do text, email notification. Probably a lot of our customers and yourselves have implemented that. That's a good way to start. But you're missing a whole group of people that either you don't have their phone number, information, contact, it's not updated, all those kind of challenges. So we deliver a notification to the facility so that all that are in your buildings, whether they're contractors, visitors, you know, anybody that's there for the day, is going to receive the message, and we'll talk more about that later in the overview. We were founded in 2002 after a tornado ripped through the University of Maryland. Our founders were students there at the time. I was on campus. I was across the other side in the business school. No idea the tornado came through. I walked back over to the other side of campus. You'll see on the right there. Those are pictures from that day. There were 2 students that ended up dying that were in portable classrooms, and that's where the idea came from. You know, how do we get the word out very quick, efficient, and make sure everybody has the information needed to react accordingly, especially to a tornado or an active shooter. We're also headquartered in the DC area, so we work very closely with the open standards, with FEMA, those kind of things, and really support all the efforts there. Finally, we're found on hundreds of campuses, military bases, other large facilities, as well as the U.S. Capitol uses for a really specific alerting capability that they had us build for them. We're up over 1,000 customers across all industries: corporate, industrial, higher ed, K-12, local government, federal government. So we have a very big cross-section of customers. So here's a little bit of the challenge that we help you solve. You know, if you look at your organization, a lot of your capabilities, your technology for notifying people in an emergency, you probably have a lot of these things. Some of the things that are pictured, your VoIP phones, fire alarm systems, outdoor speakers, text and email, PA systems, digital signage. You'll see some of the puzzle pieces, website, cable TV. This is not uncommon. We work with a lot of customers that have different varied assets in different areas that could be used in a notification. But when it gets down to it, and you go to try to activate those very quickly and efficiently, and I'm talking within 30 seconds or a minute at most to really have an impact, a lot of these technology solutions get left behind because they're just simply too difficult to activate. You might have to go to the digital signage interface to activate that. You might have to run 10 people out to the different PA systems to activate that. Somebody's got to log in and send the text message email solution. Just any number of different endpoints. So a lot of times customers, they just go with one or two, and they're missing a large portion of their population. Well, enter Alertus, and one of the huge value propositions we bring is integration, to be able to integrate with all these assets, both on the network and off network, like technologies like a PA system, which in the past it really hasn't had any high-tech components to it. We're able to integrate that and bring that time from 30 minutes, an hour, all the way down to, say, 30 seconds, so that you're going to one interface, you're sending one activation, one message, and it's going out and touching every device that you have programmed and integrated with the Alertus system. So that's huge. Going to one location, getting that message out very efficiently. You'll see a few of these. You can activate text, email through all the partners that we have there. Outdoor sirens, which is a solution we can provide. We also integrate with existing outdoor sirens, PA systems, website posting, social media if you choose, and we also give you the control to decide where and how you want to post all those things. So this really solves that challenge of we need to get the word out within seconds to save life, and the Alertus console is where we can go to activate that. Some of the other challenges that we solve that our customers bring to us: locations with no way to notify. There might not be somebody on site 24/7, which is the next one. You might not have a PA system, those kind of things. Alertus provides innovative alerting apps like our alert beacon, LED marquee, those kind of things where you can very quickly and easily retrofit those facilities. Next one, which is huge, is special needs individuals. This is big. I'll talk a little bit about the codes as well, but you want to provide audio-visual notification in your facilities. We are able to provide many different modes so that different abled individuals can receive that message. So that's key. Loud environments. Not all of your locations are loud, but I'm sure you've got some distribution facilities, some loud areas where there's a lot of people. We can provide visual alerting so that the noise isn't going to be a problem. People will see something flashing, they'll see the text scrolling by, and be able to react accordingly, even in a loud environment. Cell phones not allowed. Everybody says, oh no, everybody's got a smartphone these days. It's like we run into a lot of customers with locations that you can't take a smartphone. It might be a lab, a top secret lab where you have to lock your phone outside. It might be at a classroom where a teacher requires that everybody turns their phone off, or it'll negatively impact their grade. Or it could be a manufacturing floor, where it's prohibited for safety reasons to have your phone out, because so there's a lot of different instances, right down to even, everybody's got those buildings that you walk 5 feet inside of the building and no cell phone's going to get a message or a signal to save your life. So you got to have another way to notify. The last one's difficulty in reaching visitors and contractors. We're able to notify many different modes that are visual, that just by being in the building you'll receive that message. So if you've got somebody in for the day, a contractor in working on technology install or something like that, rest assured that you're going to be able to notify them, because they're going to see either a desktop, they're going to hear an announcement over the PA system, the digital signage. It'll really blanket that facility so that there's really impossible to miss a notification. So jumping a little bit into codes and mandates, there's a couple areas where mass notification is mandated basically by law. One is in the higher ed space, based upon the Clery Act. The big thing there is you've got to notify people efficiently and effectively for the emergency. So in an active shooter situation, that's minutes. So you need to be able to get a notification out quickly, because what's really at stake there's some fines, but the federal funding is at risk if there isn't compliance or isn't found to be in compliance. The other side of that is UFC for the military or DoD. While that's not a law, It's mandated, which is pretty much a law when you're in the defense DoD space. So that really requires a need for notification. Also, a lot of times ADA accessibility, you'll find that throughout all the codes being able to provide audiovisual notification. So sometimes that's a driver for projects to be able to cover notification to everybody that works within your organization. The last piece, which is really the interesting area where mass notification is really being pushed and is becoming mainstream, is within the National Fire Protection Association. They introduced in 2010 in the code mass notification. It's been optional, but more and more we're seeing it required as high occupancy buildings are built, and mass notification becomes a real priority for local jurisdictions, which generally rely on NFPA as a source for notification. Alertus is pictured in NFPA, our alert beacon, as an innovative device that complies with all the codes there, providing audiovisual notification and all the markings provided as well. So you'll see that Alertus is even embedded and part of helping you comply with codes that are evolving like NFPA. So to just bring it together and sum it all up, we provide a single point of activation. And what I mean by that is really you can choose how you activate the Alertus system. You can activate it with our console where you log in from any PC. You could activate it from your mobile phone. We've got a mobile app which we'll touch on. Or you could connect it up to other systems where we're downstream from, say, your text or email solution, which is we've got many different integrations there to allow you to potentially use that as your front end. So you might not even have to change your activation point. And then finally, we can monitor feeds, so we can do automatic notifications from AccuWeather, from NOAA weather alerts, from lightning data, any kind of internal, external feeds that you have, we can also do alerting. Second part, we integrate all notification assets, so we're not going to leave behind notification modes that could be very valuable in the event of emergency. We're going to give you the ability and the technology to be able to use those and very efficiently. And finally, fill in the gaps. That references our use of alert beacons, LED marquees, hardware devices that are patented and innovated by Alertus that provides you the ability to very quickly and easily retrofit your facilities or solve your unique challenges. Maybe you've got very good coverage, but the loading dock in the back or the sub-basement just doesn't have good coverage. The alert beacon is very plug and play, and you're able to deploy those very easily. So we've got a very well-rounded solution for you. Speaking of well-rounded, we've got the full solution map here. You've got the activation in the middle, whether it's coming from our software, a CAP feed, RSS feed, or monitoring things like weather alerts, those kind of things. Or we're coming downstream from one of our text and email message partners. It goes out over the network, wired or wireless, and then hits all the different devices. So I mentioned the alert beacon and some of the benefits there. That flashes, sounds, gets your attention, has display there. Our LED marquees. A big endpoint that a lot of our customers deploy are desktop to be able to do pop-ups to every PC in your organization. We've got panic buttons, anything from desktop-based, software-based panic buttons, hotkeys, USB-based, all the way through to hardwired panic buttons to activate preset messages. So a lockdown message where somebody won't even need a login to activate it. They'll just have to have access to that button to be able to push that. We also provide a mobile app, both to activate, as I mentioned, and also a recipient mobile app where you can subscribe to messages for the organization and receive and push those out to recipients within your company or organization. Digital signage that works with multi-vendor, any digital signage solution out there. Cable TV override, we've got the ability to basically, very similarly to the emergency broadcast system, interrupt your local TV cable systems and provide an EAS or emergency broadcast system alert to your local campus. The next integration, fire alarm control panel, we do quite a bit with that. Anything from a basic alarming and message that goes out when the panel goes off or somebody pulls the pull station, to making announcements over that fire system through our text-to-speech solution, which is permissible through NFPA. Or we can even monitor all the faults in different aspects of the panel and create messages based upon whether it's a pull station, a smoke detector head, where that's located. So we can really get granular and really do some very cool automated stuff with that. Also, our text-to-speech is able to integrate with PA systems. And then our outdoor giant voice system, we've got a solution For outdoor giant voice, if you don't have anything today, if you do, we can integrate with the components you have, so we can leverage that investment. And then, of course, what brings us all here today, VoIP phone notification. Our focus is on the Cisco phones, but we also have a solution for all the other phone systems out there. And we'd love to talk to you to make sure we have a solution to suit all those needs. Now, at this point, Pete and I are going to kind of go back and forth on some of the notification capabilities here, and really make sure we cover a lot of the details. Pete, as introduced, is our lead developer here and engineered the solution, working with the team, has very good, strong knowledge of the system, obviously. Yeah. So VoIP notification, it is for the Cisco solution initially. We are going to be releasing other major manufacturers. The VoIP phone notification transforms your office phone into a unified emergency notification system. So you've got these phones sitting on offices, in hallways. You spent quite a bit, I mean, upwards of $600, $800, $1,000 to put that phone on that desk. We can very quickly, efficiently, and cost-effectively notify to that phone and include that in your notification approach. You can simultaneously activate audio-visual notifications on all aspects of VoIP phone speakers. It works alongside the desktop. You know, if the computer's off, there's a good likelihood that the phone is sitting there humming away on the desktop to also notify. So it gives you kind of double coverage, and it's kind of part of the solution. Is the more modes you send a notification, the more likely somebody is to receive it. It provides text and audio notifications that can be sent real time, or they can be pre-scheduled, just like all the other alerts. So it's very, very useful solution to be able to notify. So some key features, you know, notification coverage. You've got phones in a lot of locations, meeting rooms, desks, all those areas. That provides you very, very good, strong coverage. You can send an emergency alert notification to all selected phones or associated with a specific cluster. We'll get a little bit more into that in, you know, detailing it down to extension ranges, and Pete will cover that in a little bit. You know, immediate activation. I mean, you activate this directly out of the Alertus server. Similar process to activating, or the same process as activating your notification. It's just another mode of notification. So you can make that as part of your pre-program, your presets. You could activate it on the fly. Any number of ways to activate that, so very quickly. Full activity logging, so we can confirm that messages were sent, which phones were received it, those kind of information. So that's available post notification. It's very secure. We're utilizing your phone system. We're using your permission security. We're behind your firewall. So this is all done very securely based upon your IT security principles as well. So the VoIP notification software is a fully integrated solution that runs on the Alertus server, connects with the call manager and the phones directly. So we're able to pull the information we need from the call manager, but then communicate directly with the phones when it comes to delivering that alert very quickly. You know, there's a couple different delivery modes. You can do text with a tone, you know, WAV file, text with another additional WAV file. So you really get fancy on how you want to deliver that message, how you want the tones or the messages to be alerted. Basically, you could customize that for your organization and per alert. Phone delivery by extension, range, and exclusion. Pete, can you tell me a little bit about that and some of the ways of really targeting? I see some of that grouping, those kind of things as well.
Yeah, sure, Ryan. So we have a lot of flexibility in how we can target the phones. You know, as it says, we can direct using specific phone extension numbers, ranges of numbers. We can assign to a range of numbers and specify phones within that range to leave out of the targeting. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, very easy to configure. We also have, because of our connectivity to the Cisco Call Manager, we have information such as device pool listings that we can use. If you have different device pools in your system, we can group phones and capture those names and expose them in the Alertus server and make it very easy for targeting. There's also some fields that are descriptor fields that are available in the phone configuration information that tag names can be applied to, and we can capture that, and you can create your own grouping on the Cisco system that we can pick up and expose, and you can directly use in your presets on the Alertus server.
Excellent. Thank you, Pete. There's a couple other really interesting features as well that our customers have really demanded, and that's the ability to also initialize a Alertus notification when certain phone numbers are dialed. So if there's emergency extensions within your system, you want a wider emergency notification to go out to your team, to a building, that kind of thing. You can program presets whenever people call those numbers. Another one that's a must for activation as well, and adds a new activation option. So you can activate the Alertus notification system through the Cisco phone by using extensions with passwords and activate that directly from a phone. So it gives you yet another mode for notifying and activating that. So you could do it if the PC isn't up. You could to use the desktop notification panic button capability. You could silently dial an extension, a number, and activate that system as well. So yet another activation notification means. Maintains logs and post-alert analysis. I mentioned that. So you've got all the details of which phones received it and can review those post-activation. So this gives you a little bit of idea. On the right is a display screen on the Cisco phone. And when the Cisco phone VoIP alerts are selected and installed within the alert system, you have a lot of options to really customize what audio text file is used. You've got different components of the message. So there's a message title. You could customize that depending on the message. You've got the message parameters, the prompt, which would be the kind of the text of the message. You're also able to really target it. You could select extension ranges. So if ahead of time you wanted to build alerts that hit specific extension ranges that covered specific buildings, those kind of things, you can build those out as well. So it really provides a very user-friendly way to activate and target a message within our user interface. Of course, the next question is, which phones do we support? I'd like to say all of them, pretty close. But we'll have this available, or you can check with your account manager to verify that all the phones that within your organization we're able to support and notify to. At this point, I've got a couple demo videos that I'd like to cover, and we decided to go with the video, as I mentioned earlier on, is we can really get a close-up of the phone versus using our demo conference room here. So I'm going to go ahead and click in, and the nice thing about these demos is we've got them posted up to our YouTube channel, so you're able to go up and download these as well and forward them to your coworkers and peers. So you've got an activation for an all clear going on.
The emergency condition is over. Return to normal activities. All clear. The emergency condition is over. Return to normal activities.
Jump back into the presentation, get to the next one, and this one we've got a more French version for some of our French users. We've got a number of Canadian users. This shows very similar activation, just in a
Attention, alerte de confinement. Veuillez vous barricader dans un lieu sécuritaire et attendre les instructions. Attention, alerte de confinement. Veuillez vous barricader dans un lieu sécuritaire et attendre les instructions.
So you'll see there.
Alerte de confinement. Veuillez vous barricader dans un lieu sécuritaire et attendre les instructions.
So you'll see there where we've got it, the desktop going off right next to it. So you've got both the audio and visual notification of the emergency. So the last piece I really want to touch on is our SIP Annunciator. So if you're listening to this saying, I don't have a Cisco solution, or I've just got it in limited locations, or how do I serve the phone systems that we haven't updated yet? And this is really where our SIP Annunciator comes into play. This is a direct text-to-speech output over configurable paging and phone extension. So kind of, Pete, is the best way to describe it is if you can dial an extension and speak to a paging group, we've probably got a good solution that'll fit, where we'll be able to do a text-to-speech notification to that paging group.
Yeah, that's a pretty good description, Ryan. I mean, that's essentially what we're able to do with this solution.
Excellent. So that really opens up, Mitel, ShoreTel, 3Com, Avaya Solutions, Avaya IP Office, some of the open standard systems, Asterisk. Maybe you have a small Panasonic system or something out there at some of your smaller offices. So really, we're looking to provide a full-rounded solution so that no matter what technology you have, we're able to get a notification out. So it's it scales very well. It overcomes limitations of some of the phone systems that are out there, and it's compatible with third-party SIP devices as well for emergency paging. So for those that are telephony people out there, you'll really start to see that depending on the technology we have or you have implemented, we do have a solution that we can help leverage all that. So here's an idea of this one. Happens to be we're doing it through one of the Cisco paging groups but this gives you an idea of the SIP Annunciator, how that sounds. Very similar to, and this is showing an activation basically. It's very, very similar to the Cisco solution. So you'll see the activation.
System test of the Alertus emergency alert system. No action needed. In a real emergency, important alert information will be displayed here.
All right. Got to close that up so we don't get another interruption. And then that gives you an idea. That's got a parity to the solution with Cisco, so we're able to provide a solution across the board for your needs. At this point, we'll go ahead and start wrapping up. I'll hand it back over to Caroline to moderate questions, and then we'll cover some of the upcoming webinars that we look forward to seeing you on.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Pete. We do have a number of questions for you guys. Just to note for our attendees, if we don't get to your question, we will follow up with you and get those questions answered after the session. First, I'd like to jump into a question. If a staff member is on a call, will the phone message appear and interrupt the call? I guess this is for you, Pete.
So the way the system works is if you're in the middle of a call and we trigger the system, the person using the phone that's targeted will hear the call, will hear the message in their earpiece, but it will not interfere with the call, and the other party on the other end of the line will not hear the message. So that would be private.
Oh, excellent. So in telephony terms, it's a whisper page.
A whisper page would be
cool.
The right way to say it.
It's almost like the same as a contact center person monitoring a call. They can hear it, but they're not. It's not interrupting, and nobody else can hear it on the other end. Oh,
it doesn't
excellent.
impact the call in progress.
Perfect.
The next question is, what server resources are needed to install this solution?
So the good news about this solution is that it works on top of our existing Alertus server. So we don't require any additional server resources to host the Cisco or the SIP Annunciator features. But we do have some requirements that we can work with you to determine the appropriate memory sizing and so forth for the size of your deployment, the number of phones you might want to target at the same time. But essentially, we don't require any specific and additional systems to host it.
That's excellent. Pete, our customers constantly come to us and say, I can't deploy another server. I need to keep it to one server. This runs on the Alertus server, and makes it easy for IT to deploy one server, manage one server, back it up, keep it happy and running in the back, running without adding additional expense, because I know some of our customers have to absorb a new server means X dollars they need to do internally as well. So this helps keep the cost down, helps keep it simple and easy to install and manage by IT. So perfect.
Yeah.
This question is, do you have plans to support ShoreTel phones for the SIP Annunciator?
So we have, I believe that we had ShoreTel was on our list for the SIP Annunciator. So yes, that would be something that we would want to discuss with you and hear a little bit more about your system, and we can tailor the solution for you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The next question is, what is the voice message recording method?
The method that's for the Cisco solution, the recording method can be any utility that you might have on your PC or your computer that's available to you.
We create a standard WAV file.
Yeah, we just create a standard WAV file. We're very open to different formats. But if that's an area that's a challenge, we can help you. We have a technical team that can help you get those files recorded, and so you can implement them in your system.
This question is, I have a text messaging solution in our campus alert system. It's asking, will the Cisco phone interface also accept an alert from that text messaging solution?
That's a great question. You know, we support a number of the text messaging service providers out there. Anything from, you know, Rave, E2 Campus, SendWord Now, all those different providers. Regroups, a new one that recently integrated, Blackboard, all those out there. They have integrations into Alertus, so they'll make an API call or send the message that they're sending out over their interface down to the Alertus solution, and that then can notify out to all the Cisco phones. So yeah, absolutely. We pride ourselves in allowing you to activate from pretty much interface that you want to, and we've been very successful in getting a lot of our partners out there to develop to Alertus. So yeah, there's a very good chance we can help you continue to keep one point of activation and cascade that message out to Cisco phones as well.
Thanks, Ryan. The next question is for both you and Pete. For Pete, where is the application for VoIP?
Okay, so we have a team that will, if you already have an Alertus system, then our team will work with you to get the additional components installed and set up properly and configured for your phone system. So it's not something you go and download. We work with you to get that installed.
Thank you. It looks like we have a number of other questions. However, we are a little bit over our time for today, so we will be following up with you directly for those of you who we couldn't get to your questions. Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. The recording, the slides, and additional resources will be sent to you as soon as they're ready. We really appreciate you joining us today, and we hope to see you at next month's webinar. Thank you.